In this video, we've got the times in seconds taken by 9 randomly selected competitors for the first and final stages of a road bicycle race are recorded and the p-value is 0.021. Carry out a PMCC hypothesis test at the 5% significance level to investigate whether there is some correlation between the times taken in the first and final stages of the race. Okay, so this question's a little bit more unusual because this one involves us working with the p-value rather than a critical value. Okay, now the p-value that's calculated here, you wouldn't be able to calculate or know how to calculate on your calculator. Okay, so when we're talking about p-values, these values would have to be given to you. Okay, so let's see how we can actually do this test. And you should find that actually it's a bit more straightforward actually when it comes down to it than what we've done previously. So we start off by defining rho. So let rho be the population correlation coefficient. Now this needs to be in context. So between the times taken for the first and final stages of the race. So the null hypothesis is that rho is equal to 0. And the alternative hypothesis, well, here we're trying to determine whether there is some correlation. So that means that it's a two-tailed test, so that's not equal to 0. Now, unlike before, we have no critical value defined from the tables. We've got no value of r to calculate either. So all we need to do is compare the p-value that we have against the significance level. Now the p-value that we've got is 0.021. So 0.021, and the significance level of 5%, because this is a two-tailed test, we've got to halve that value. So we're going to have 2.5% at the top, 2.5% at the bottom. So this value is less than the 2.5%, that's half of that, so 0.025. So because it's less than that, because it's less than your significance level, it is significant. So the result is significant. So we reject H0. And then write a conclusion, non-committal, in context. There is evidence to suggest that there is some correlation between the times taken for the first and final stages of the race. Okay, so that's all it is. You're just really comparing this p-value against, in this case, half that significance level because it's two-tail. If it was a single tail, then I could just compare that against the 5%. And if it was compared against 5%, then it would still be significant in this case.